So today we're talking about gimbal accessories that I think could be very useful for you as a filmmaker. Let's take a look at my top 5 accessories that I got on my Crane 3 Lab here that you can apply to any of your gimbal setups. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the follow focus motor, which you can get for any gimbal. And I use this for the ND filter so I can control my ND filter wireless on the gimbal just by turning the knob, and I have full control of the exposure on the ND filter on my gimbal. That is pretty cool. Let me show you how it works. Here's the gimbal. All you gotta do is take your follow focus motor and apply it to the gimbal right there. Just lock it in place. Then you take your camera, apply the rubber band, which is right here. Camera on, and adjust the follow focus motors right there and plug it in. And we got ourselves a full wireless ND filter. Let me show you. The next thing we're going to take a look at is a dual handle grip for the Crane 3 Lab. The Crane 3 Lab doesn't have a dual handle grip, so I had to find this myself. I found it on Amazon, and it actually works very well if you want a continuously dual handle grip and only want to control it like this. I've used it a lot of times, especially on event shoots, where it's very handy. There we go. I just applied the dual handle grip on the Crane 3 Lab, which gives me a lot of controlling the gimbal instead of using it on the stick. But there's only one thing about this setup that I discovered, is that I cannot reach the follow focus motor, and I don't have the legs on it anymore. So I applied some small rubber stops here so I can set it down, no problem. And yeah, that is kind of it. It's very nice to have, but I found something that was even better. I found this L bracket instead from Gimbal Gear, which is pretty cool. Got a lot of mounting points all the way down, so you can mount a monitor, a microphone, or everything you want to mount on this one. It's pretty cool. It got a hole in the bottom so you can mount the tripod legs, and it's pretty close to the wheel so I can adjust the ND filter. You see, I just put it on here pretty close to the handle. Just put the tripod legs on, and now we have a dual handle grip, and I am able to adjust the ND filter with my thumb. Is that cool or what? So that's why I use the L bracket more than I use the dual handle grip, because it just gives me the same feeling and control of the gimbal as the dual handle. And I got the tripod legs. The next thing is an extension pole for your gimbal. If you want to extend your gimbal up in the air, or you want it low shot, it is nice to have this extension so you can still use dual handle grip on it. It's a carbon fiber rod that you can get on Amazon. It's about 30 centimeters. And what I do is I just apply the tripod legs in the bottom. Now we got ourselves an extended gimbal with this extended rod on, which is pretty cool for low shots like that. Alright, so the next thing is a quick release plate that allows you to take off your camera without rebalancing the gimbal again. So I've broken it down here. I took the plate off. This is the plate that comes with the Crane 3 Lab. Then you just apply the quick release plate, just screw it on to the bottom plate, and you got a quick release plate that you can easily click your camera into, and you don't have to slide this on and off and balance the camera again as I have to do now. Like that. So the last thing I got on here is a bracket for my SmallHD screen. So to make this happen on the Crane 3 Lab, I have this field monitor mount, and there's a couple of things going into it to make it work. First of all, there is the clamp for the monitor, and then there is the field monitor extension rod right here, and on there we have a small NATO rail right here, which is also from SMALLRIG, and it's actually made specifically for the Crane 3 Lab and the Weeble Lab, and it has an ARRI Rosette on the back. So if your gimbal has an ARRI Rosette, you can use this setup, and it's super easy to put on, lock it in place, and you can adjust to any angle you want. So that is my top 5 accessories for a gimbal. This is the Crane 3 Lab, but as I said, you can use these accessories for any gimbal setup. So if you found this video useful, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and next week we're gonna take a look at the new Weeble Gimbal S, which just came out or was released Friday, and it's gonna be out in the stores in November. So I'm gonna take a look at that super dope gimbal next week. So stay tuned, and I will see you back here next time. Thank you.
'Cause we both deserve it all.